More from CES, yes. Titan has ice, wouldn't that be nice? And who's wailing now? Not Paul Watson, and we'll tell you why. All that and more coming up on the Daily Orbit. Hello and welcome to the Daily Orbit. I'm Emerald Robinson. Well, the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas is in full swing, and Red Orbit has our troops on the floor to bring you the latest and greatest technology that CES has to offer. And trust, there is a lot to offer, starting with this new smartwatch by Cuckoo. Ha! I love that name. The watch syncs with your smartphone and alerts you to incoming calls, texts, Facebook messages, and calendar reminders. And as one Red Orbit reporter said, the watch combines your inner dork with your inner GQ. Televisions at CES won't disappoint. There are a myriad of gigantic and smart TVs, but the one that takes the cake will break your heart. Sony's 4K OLED prototype TV has an unmatched picture quality to date. Sony also has its new Sony Xperia Z phones floating around everywhere. CES participants got a ghostly visit from the late Thomas Edison at the IEEE booth in hologram form. Wow, CES sounds so much fun. I want to see Thomas Edison. Titan's got ice, ice, baby. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. NASA's Cassini mission revealed that blocks of hydrocarbon ice might cover the surface of lakes and seas on Saturn's moon Titan. Besides Earth, Titan is the only other known body in the solar system with stable bodies of liquid on the surface. Scientists say the most intriguing questions about these lakes and seas is whether they might host an exotic form of life, and that the formation of hydrocarbon ice will provide an opportunity for interesting chemistry along the boundary between liquid and solid, a boundary that may have been important in the formation of terrestrial life. And here's a whale of a tale. Paul Watson, known for his appearances on Animal Planet's Whale Wars, has resigned from his position as captain of his vessel, the Steve Irwin, and as head of the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society. This follows an injunction by the Ninth Circuit Court of the United States prohibiting Watson and his team to come within 1,500 feet of the plaintiffs, two Japanese firms. Watson said in a statement that, in the 35 years since I founded Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, I have strived to act nonviolently and within the boundaries of the law. Well, Paul, obviously not everyone believes that. What will whale wars do now? Know how your fingers and toes get all wrinkly when you soak in the tub too long? Why is that? Well, researchers at the University of Newcastle think they have the answer. The wrinkles are believed to be an autonomic nervous system response of blood vessels constricting below the skin, allowing us to get a better grip on wet objects. The study had participants pick up wet and dry marbles with and without wrinkled hands. People were faster picking up wet marbles if their fingers were wrinkled, but wrinkles made no difference for moving dry objects. They say this would have been important for early humans hunting and gathering food from wet vegetation or streams, and to get a better footing in the rain. So there you go. That's why we get wrinkly fingers and toes. Depressed? Maybe you need to kick the can on your depression, and not drinking sodas could help. Well, at least that's what one study suggests. The study noted a possible link between depression and consumption of artificially sweetened beverages. The study observed over 250,000 participants in 1995 for their soda, tea, fruit punch, and coffee consumption. After a 10-year hiatus, they found those who consumed 4 or more cans of soda per day were at a 30% higher risk of developing depression. And the risks were even higher for consumers of diet drinks. Transversely, unsweetened coffee drinkers were 10% less likely to develop depression. No wonder I'm usually so happy. That's all for today's Daily Orbit. Drink your coffee, Orbiters, and live happy.